What do you know about your opponent offhand?
It's funny. I usually see them play every year. Just with the way the schedule works out this year, I haven't seen anything of them. Obviously, Sinisha's a good coach. We've played them over the years, quite a few times here and there. So I'd say we're familiar with the way that he plays, and we're familiar with some of the games that we've had. But that's been a few years since we played, so we'll get right to work today and try to figure out what we need to do.
So, overall impressions of the bracket where you sit?
Yeah, it's funny. All the Sunbelt teams are on one side. I thought Georgia Southern were very unlucky from our conference not to get in. I'll give Lee a call now. I think they took a couple teams lower down, Notre Dame and St. John's, who had sort of worse records, and I think Georgia Southern did everything they could to get in. I'm glad to see some of our teams get home games at least. WVU, Kentucky, us. I think to not have a seeded Sunbelt team, I don't think makes any sense with how good the conference is. But now we just got to all go and prove it, and at some point, if we all win through, we'll all face each other again. And so we just got to sort of take it one game at a time and try to get to see each other again.
A little added motivation, kind of reprove the Sun Belt's one of the best.
Yeah, I think so. And for us, it's been an interesting year. We've had a ton of injuries. So just trying to get guys healthy and figure out what we're going to do to take it one game at a time. We've got to put all of the focus internally and come up with a plan for Thursday. Then we've got to take care of that, and then hopefully on 2 days later you play another game, which is always a disadvantage. We've done that before. We went to Elon, and then we went to UVA, with the same sort of distance and same sort of time in between, and we did all right. So we just got to, we've been here before, we know what to do, we just got to do it.
Thoughts on how you guys are looking in terms of, obviously some injuries down the stretch and everything, just going into this?
Yeah, I think a lot of that's going to, come down to, Kerry and our amazing medical team. Like, we've got to try to get some guys back on the field, otherwise, it's going to be slim, or no selection headaches, because it'll be the guys who are fit, it'll be the guys who play.
How the boys feel today after yesterday? I'm sure when you wake up and you realize the new challenges ahead, I'm sure they're going to fight and try to get back to Kerry.
Yeah, we sent some messages yesterday, and I put a message out to the boys, and we kind of talked a little bit about it afterwards. Last night was about grieving, and we didn't perform well. We were disappointed with ourselves, but we now have to take those lessons, learn from them, and then today's a new day. It's a 6-game tournament. It's a new season, 6-game tournament. We know we've got the quality to beat anybody, so we just have to kind of put our focus and our mentality in the right place to do that. All good? Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Early impressions of your side of the bracket?
I think we can beat anyone, to be honest. So, we knew it's going to be a tough one anyway. So, at the end of the day, we just got to take it one step at a time, as Chris said. We're looking to the game on Thursday, and from there we go step by step. But I'm confident in us, I think if we play in our best, I will always pick us winning, honestly.
Does it kind of help you refocus knowing that you had a disappointing result on Sunday, but knowing that you're capable of going through this tournament? So how do you get that confidence back quickly?
Yeah, I think you saw 2 times already during the season. We needed to fight our way through adversity a lot. We were always coming out stronger. We had tough losses. West Virginia, we regrouped. We went there, we won. Same with Georgia Southern earlier this season. I think for sure, we're gonna regroup. I think everybody is focused. We were mad yesterday, but today is a new day. We woke up today, and our focus is fully on the NCAA tournament. And I have a good feeling. I have a very good feeling.
As I asked Coach, maybe a little chip on your shoulder, knowing that the Sun Belt team's going to be not well respected in this tournament with the seeding?
To be honest, we don't care about that. We're gonna do what we need to do. Of course, it's always nice to see if there's quite a few Sun Belt teams in, but we care about ourselves. We look on ourselves. We prepare one game at a time, and then we will see how far we can go.
Congratulate you on a good couple of weeks to close the year. I guess, can you talk about just how you've come along recently, getting, I believe, 4 goals and 3 assists in the past, 3 or 4 games?
To be honest, for me, I just want to win. I want to do whatever I can to help the team win. Of course, sometimes the ball falls right, and I had a good stretch, but I'm not thinking about that, honestly. If you want my honest opinion, for me, winning is all I care about. I want to win with this amazing program. We want to keep going. I want to keep the season as long as possible, live to fight another day. That's how I see it. And if it takes me to score a goal, if it takes me assisting, or if it takes me running back 70 yards, tracking a guy, I'll do whatever it takes that we hopefully can go as far as possible.
talking to you the first time you all played UCF. You know, you kind of mentioned how you guys have bounced back from adversity and everything. Having that in hand, how good is it to know that again you guys can bounce back from this weekend and everything?
Yeah, I think that's been honestly one of our best qualities so far. I was looking at the guys today. Everybody is like, of course it's always hard to lose a final, but everybody's already kind of back up. The sun is shining again. It rose again today. It's going to rise tomorrow, and I think we know our qualities. We are very confident in ourselves, and so we know what it takes to come back. We did it twice already. We're going to do it a third time. And I know the coach is going to prepare an amazing game plan. They are probably already working on that right now as we speak. And, we're going to prepare ourselves. We're going to do whatever it takes to win as many games as possible.
Thank you.
Question for Ryan.
Thoughts on where you guys are and everything? Just what do you see out of the bracket overall?
Yeah, it's always interesting, watching it and seeing where everybody gets put. Cleveland State's obviously a good team. You're not going to be in the tournament if you're not a good team. Like Chris said, we got to take it game by game. We can't overlook anybody, and we know that they're going to come here to Huntington, and they're going to be up for it, and we have to be just as up for it.
A tournament like this kind of help you reset after a disappointing finish on Sunday?
Yeah. Obviously, Sunday wasn't the result that we wanted, but it's good to have this tournament starting, and just it's almost like a new season. We get to rewrite our own story. The conference is over. We can't change anything about it. Now we just have to look forward and control what we can control, and hopefully do well in the tournament.
So,
The veteran of this team, you've seen pretty much it all. What do you tell your guys, the ones maybe that might be relatively new, and even the ones that need a reminder of, guys, we've done this before. We haven't won a conference title. We've won a national title. We've gotten back to carry the same way.
Yeah, it's all about belief. We have to understand that we're not coming in as a top seed. And we're gonna have to fight and go on the road and grind out a lot of wins if we want to go far in this tournament. So it's just about telling the guys to believe and to do everything that we can to win these games. They're not going to be pretty at times, but it's going to take a lot of heart and a lot of grit and a lot of underdog mentality, I think, to be able to overcome some of these teams.
You like that underdog mentality? Is that where you want to be?
Well, I mean, if you look at the history of 2020, that's what it was. We were a bunch of underdogs and came out and won the national championship. So I think it's always the underdogs in tournaments like these are always dangerous. Because they have everything to gain and nothing to lose. So I hope that we can channel that mentality and go into it with that mindset of we're going to do whatever we can to make an impact.
Yeah, 4 teams from the Sun Belt. I feel like you could argue Georgia Southern should have been a 5th. When not just the tournament, but it feels like every game is as quality as a tournament game. Just how was it playing through that conference? How much does it prepare you?
Yeah, the conference has gone from strength to strength in recent years. And no, I think it helps prepare us for tournaments like these when we're having to go on the road and play hard games, and every other game is a fight, and we see it with UCF yesterday in the final that they come out and we beat them in the regular season, but they're not. That doesn't mean anything, They're obviously a quality side. I think it speaks to the quality of the Sun Belt, and how many good teams we play in and out, and hopefully that's help prepare us for this tournament where every team's going to be just as good.
I think we're good.
All good.
All right.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.